So, Wolves have dropped the new Ask Wolves series today. They did a bit differently to last year, where they interviewed people individually. But this video will be concentrating on the Jeff Shee video that they did. It was about 40 minutes long, sat down with Johnny Phillips again, and I was really interested and waiting for this one to come out. Straight into it, very disappointed with the video. It's got to be said. Before I get into criticising Jeff Shee and Fosun, I just want to say they have been brilliant for Wolves. There's no doubt about it. When they took over, first year didn't work out too well because they just signed loads of players and appointed the wrong managers. But once they got Nuno in, stability was there, the plan was there, and they got a lot of Wolves fans very, very excited with what they were saying, especially Jeff's quotes, which he has since said was a mistake. He shouldn't have compared us to Man City and saying that's where we're going to be within 5 years. But yeah, it was a very promising start from them. Great promotion season, the Championship, great transfer window in the first Premier League season, and then obviously 3 great seasons. Since then, the financial fair play started to kick in. We started, I think it feels like it started going a bit downhill when we sold Jota and got Nelson Semedo and Fabio Silva in, and they started to realise spending 30 odd million on one player is probably not the way they want to go forward, because they see with Semedo sometimes it might not work out as they wanted to, or even with Fabio, arguably. He concentrated a lot on talking about esports and the brand like of Wolves and the logo and the record label and Fortnite and things like that in this video, and he kind of just brushed off the Wolves fans who've been going for years. People like myself, probably people like you watching this video, where he was just like, yeah, I know they're not on the same wavelength as us, and that's just the way it's going to be. It's annoying because it feels like they're really disregarding the most important thing, which is the actual team and the players and what goes on in recruitment. Jeff just don't seem to be that arsed about that, to be honest. He's more about growing the brand and the logo, keeping us as a profitable club for Fosun and not losing money, which is fair enough. That's a good thing. There's no doubt about that. But as a Wolves fan, we just want to see us spend a bit. They keep saying they want to sell to buy. They keep saying they want to get young players in to progress them, so it's longevity. But if they would have spent a little bit in January and got a couple of players in, we could have got top 6. And it happened under Nuno as well. That season we came 7th and didn't get Europa League. We just dwindled away. So we're not asking for them to pump ridiculous amounts of money into the squad and team. But when opportunities come up like this season, January and February, we're knocking on the door for 4th at one point. What's the harm in taking a bit of a risk and spending some money and getting us into those dreamland places like the top 4 or the top 6 consistently? And that will grow the brand bigger than all these esports things will do, in my opinion. Because if they're not careful and they keep concentrating on all this esports stuff and Fortnite skins and things like that and NBA clothing, Wolves could get relegated. What would they do if it gets to February next season and we're fighting relegation? I bet their hands go into their pockets then. Well, January, because obviously that's when the transfer window is. I bet they panic and start trying to sign players then to try and keep the Premier League status so they can keep making profit as a business for Fosun to keep them happy, well, for Jeff to keep them happy. So it's just very concerning how he's pretty much admitted. I mean, he's been quoted as saying we haven't got the power to get into the top 6. That's pretty much what he's been saying in this video, and it's so concerning. The amount of times he mentioned esports in the video was just like, you're taking the piss now, Jeff. I haven't watched any of the others yet. I'll hear Bruno Lage's was pretty good. Scott Sellers, that's the half the problem. They've got to sort out the recruitment, get a good director of footballer in, or trust Bruno. Just trust Bruno to bring in who he wants, because it's all this wishy-washy stuff with the recruitment that's not helped the last few years. So for me, I've never felt so distant from the club, from being a fan. I felt it since Laurie Dalrymple left. The connection's gone. You remember him being in the pub with Jeff, having pints with the fans in the Championship season. And now that connection's gone. And the more they concentrate on international fans and care less about fans who've been going for years, who are the core of the club, the more I'm just going to disconnect with the club. I'd always be a Wolves fan, I'd always go, but he's got to be very careful what he's doing here, Jeff, because he's going to alienate the fans who've been there since the beginning. And if we get relegated, are the international fans still going to be around, wanting to come to Molineux? I don't think so. And I just want to say one more thing. He also said about signing Asian players and American players to attract the audiences to watch. All well and good having Raul and Hwang. Raul's been brilliant. Hwang's not looked very good. It's all well and good trying to get those to watch, but if the players are not good enough and the manager who's in charge don't want those players, they shouldn't force it on them. Nuno didn't want Hwang Hee-Chan. Bruno was just forced to have him. And Bruno's a bit of a yes man, I think. I think they've got Bruno Lage in because they know he'll do what they say and take the players they say he's got to have and get on with it. And I think it might bite us on the ass eventually. Hope I'm wrong. I hope we push up towards the top half of the table again next season and they get recruitment right. But I really do fear for the worst after what I've seen. We've just seen Sace is left today. Ruddy's gone. Neves is going to go. Raul might go. Are we going to replace them all with young kids with potential? If we do that, it's going to be an absolute disaster. Nice negative video for you there. Comment down below your thoughts if you've got to this far in the video. Like the video. And I'll see you all next season probably. But I just thought I'd react to it because I'm not happy after watching that video. And I think it's about time they thought about this a bit more. And I hope they do. Thanks for watching, everyone.